Hi stamping friends, Melissa Kerman here with Melissa's Crafting Treehouse. Today's project I'll be using the Very Vintage Hostess set and the Itty Bitty Greetings stamp set. We'll also be doing some basic collage stamping and heat embossing. So just in case you fall in love with this Hostess set by the time I show you this project, you should know that you can only get the Hostess sets when you host a Stampin' Up! Party. But there's good news because starting September 1 there's going to be a Hostess special. So you might want to decide to host a party then, and now's a great time to start planning. So the first thing I'm going to do is do my direct-to-paper technique on the piece of smoky slate cardstock, and that's going to give it sort of a distressed, aged kind of look. So I'm going to use my Memento ink pad and rub it gently without a lot of pressure at all along the surface of the paper to sort of just create some streaks and sort of dirtiness almost. And then I'm taking my lace image and I'm going to stamp it a few times, turning it each time and putting it in various places. Now I'm taking the vine-like image and stamping it in just a few select spots, varying the length that is actually appearing when I stamp it. And now I'm going to go back in with the lace image. You can see I stamped off and I just wanted some lighter images in the background. And now I've taken my embossing buddy so that I can prepare for doing the heat embossing, inking up my main image with the Versamark and stamping it. And you just kind of got to eyeball where you've put the last image because it's a clear ink, so you won't be able to see it unless you put it under the light. So now I'm going to do my heat embossing. So I'm going to take my focal piece and put it into the white embossing powder, covering the whole surface and tapping off the excess. And then I'm going to go ahead and heat it with my heat tool. So when I finished doing the heating this time around, I realized I didn't really have as much white on there as I wanted. So I went and just did the process again, just added a little bit more Versamark to select spots and repeated the heat embossing step. So I've just got one more image to stamp on there, and that is the bee, and it's a really cute, beautiful, detailed bee. Now I'm trying to find 3 or 5 spots to put the bee in there, but my focal piece is pretty covered, so I'm sort of toiling with where to put it. And so now all we have left to do is put the card together. I do have some tips at the end of the video for alternative ribbon options, so stay tuned for that in just a little bit. So it is really important that you attach those 2 blue pieces together and attach the ribbon to the back before anything else. So I just put glue dots on the ends of each of those pieces of ribbon. That's the black shimmer ribbon. Wrapped it around the back side of the blue cardstock, and now I can attach it to the card base. So here are the 2 versions that I made, and then I had to play around with doing this with the greens. I felt like the blues had more of a vintagey look, but the greens really popped, and I love the black with the greens as well. So you can see them messing around with different ribbons on the front of these cards. So I wanted to show you how I did it. So I'm using the silver edge ribbon with the Blends alcohol markers, and in this case I'm using the light and dark Pool Party, and I'm just going to go over the whole surface with the light Pool Party, and then I'm going to sort of play with it to try to get a bit of an ombre sort of look. So now I'm coming in with the dark, and when this ribbon, when you get it off the roll, it's really supple and pliable. And interestingly, after you put the alcohol markers on it, it almost becomes stiff. A little harder to tie a bow with, but just also perfectly fine for when you're leaving it flat. So there's sort of my ombre Pool Party version. And now I've put down a second version of the Pool Party that I did not do the ombre with. That's the bottom one. And I have a piece of ribbon that I've done just solid smoky slate in the light, and I'm going in to try to create the ombre on that gray piece. So I've taken taking the dark blends alcohol marker and just coloring at the bottom, and then came back in with my light to sort of blend the two. And it's a little hard to see the ombre, but it's subtle but pretty. So here's a still shot of the ribbons so you can really see them. Now the last step we have to do is the greeting, and I've used the Itty Bitty Greetings stamp set, and I used a variety of the images, gave people a lot of choices. There are tons of great images in this set for sentiments that I love. So next I'm going to fiddle with which sentiment to use and where to place it on the card, show you a couple of different options, and while I do that, I just want to make sure you're aware that this is one of my July-August club projects. This is one of 3 projects. Online club members will get materials in the mail, project kits in the mail for the 3 projects, and my in-person club members also make these same 3 projects, and you can also get them through my free card kit program as well. When you place an order through my online store using the Hostess code, you can get these kits in the mail. So I hope you've enjoyed the project today, and will come back and play with me soon. And please like and subscribe to my channel and share this video with friends. Have a great day and happy crafting.